I'm Susan Lamb. I'm director of the Hesston Community Foundation here in our city, and I worked on an event in we knew the tornado was ancient history to them. None of the students were alive, and most of the teachers weren't a part of the district at that time. March 13th, 1991 is probably the most important date in Hesston history because of the impact that it made not only in the community but around the world. And so recognizing that, celebrating, remembering, processing that, I think is pretty important because those first generation people, the people that can give first person accounts, aren't going to be here in another 25 years, or they will be more elderly than they are at this time. And so to have those stories told was very important, and we are counting on the generation of students especially that heard those accounts to continue sharing that for the next 75 years or whatever tenure they have in the community.
This video was taken by Dean Allison, and Dean is going to give some commentary in just a little bit after we get it started.
I think the video is still rolling here, I believe. I was standing on the front porch of my house, which is over by T-box number 2 now. And I just was filming the kids earlier in the day and had my camera out. Which cameras that back then were, you put them on your shoulder and you held them like this. You didn't always have them in your hand. The sirens were going off in town. My wife came home and they went on down the basement, and we saw what was coming, and I decided just to film it for a little bit and then run down to the basement. I never made it to the basement, but I was lucky by it not coming towards me. The rest of this damage is my in-laws' house, which is on Main Street where Speed Print is right now. It was a brick and block house on a concrete slab. That's a brand new Honda Accord. Right there's my in-laws. They didn't seek shelter in another basement. I beat them into town, and I couldn't find them for a little bit. I was just a little nervous. The water was running in her kitchen sink, so she thought she had to go turn it off. Her cupboard there was full of canned pickles, cucumbers, and they looked just fine. And so we saved those, and we started to use them like about a month or 2 later. And when we opened them up, there was stuff inside the jars. So we ended up throwing away the pickles. Right there is where the MDS building is. Used to be a house. There were 3 houses on that block. There was my in-laws, that house where the MDS is, and then the other house is where the library is now.
There was a garage right there.
They used to own the concrete plant, which is right across the street, which is moved outside of the city limits now. It used to be right there. They built a priest-rest building, and all you see is just one beam going across. It's not a safe building to be in. The concrete silos there on the side, and in the video you can see all the concrete dust go up in the air. Right where the ambulance is right now, there's a house right there that's destroyed. That's where the library is. Like a lot of these landmarks that were destroyed They're not even around anymore. We were just talking about that earlier.